The following is a paid program, and the views expressed on this show do not represent the views of WJZ-FM, CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
This is Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar on 105.7 The Fan. Every Sunday morning from 7 to 8. Michael, master trainer and owner of Blue Line Canine Dog Training, will bring you the answers you need, making your life with your dog the best it can be. Now, here he is, Michael J. Solar with Dog Talk on 105.7 The Fan.
Hey guys, and good morning to you all. Hope you are enjoying this lovely Sunday morning and exciting stuff going on today. We have the Orioles game starting at 1:30 against Toronto, so if you're not awake and ready by then, I hope you get up to watch the game. We're all going to enjoy. Again, I'm Michael J. Solar with Blue Line Canine Dog Training, and this show is going to be Dog Talk. And if you have any questions, concerns, you can feel free to give me a call here at 410-583-1057. You can also follow me on Facebook at Michael J. Solar Dog Talk or at Blue Line Canine Dog Training. Hey guys, so today my episode today is going to be about taking on challenges and how they affect us. So what I've decided to do with this show is discuss what goes on in a week. So one of the biggest things that came across this week is how we've all faced different challenges and how we address them. And now I know you're thinking when I first said this, well, how does this have anything to do with dogs? Well, a lot of times we get these problem dogs and they're a challenge. So they're a challenge to socialize. They're a challenge to bring on vacation. They're a challenge to do these things. So if you have a dog or you don't have a dog, we all go through different challenges. And what's really neat is that if you do have a dog, you're going to find that as those challenges occur and as you face them, that the bond that you create with your dog is just going to be remarkable. It's the only way I can really say it, is that relationship gets so strong that you just develop such a bond with the dog that it's irreplaceable. And a lot of times when we face these challenges, we start grasping at straws to try to figure out those paths. So when we think about how do we face those challenges, it's not necessarily the mindset of, head on. You know, everybody always says, you got to face a challenge and you got to go head on. And that's wonderful that you have the motivation and thought process to just jump in there and do it. But a lot of times we just don't know where to start. And we begin the race from the beginning, and that's when we get lost. And a lot of times we never really look at how to set that up properly. And one of the things that we use at Blue Line Canine, as well as in my life personally for everything that I do, is I start backwards. So I look at where I'm going and not where I'm starting. And what that means is that I like to know what the finished product or the finished avenue is going to be. So then I can work my way backwards in the sense of saying, hey, in order to get this, I have to do this stage and this stage and this stage. And that's going to draw out the whole thing all the way back down to the beginning. And a great analogy to utilize this for is that if you ever seen somebody build a house or build a car or anything, the first thing they do is draw what the house is going to look like at the end, or the car at the end. So when you're looking at the picture, it's going to be the finished product. And then they bring it to the engineer, and the engineer sits there and says, hey, you need 2x4s over here. You need a bathroom in this area here. And they start running the plumbing and things like that. But they already started from the back. So they started at the finish line and started working their way backwards to figure out where to start. One of those things that popped into my head, if you're not seeing where I'm going with this, because we all do it, and sometimes we just don't realize that we do it, is one night, I'm from New Jersey, so we have tons of diners in New Jersey, and I used to hang out with them all the time. They have the little placemats that you could draw on. Of course, they have the little things for the kids to do, and one of the funniest things is that every diner I've ever been to has a maze. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've always done the mazes backwards, so that way I didn't hit the brick walls going through it. And I've learned from that by saying, well, if you start at the end and you work your way to the beginning, you have a direct path without any downsides, no failure points, no, oh my God, I got to switch over or redo something. So that's what I'm trying to project out here, is that, a lot of times we tend to take on certain challenges and we tend to quit in the middle, including on our dogs sometimes with their training and things like that. And what we're trying to point out to you is that if you when you get the dog, you need to know what you want in 5 years with the dog, not what you want today. You know, everybody knows what you want today is to sit there and just enjoy your dog and have this dog that's going to be well behaved and cuddle with you and things like that. But at the same point in time, you have to look at it that this is your partner, it's your friend that's going to be there for a long period of time. And you wanted them to be a part of your life. So if you're a type of person that likes to go to camping, likes to go to sporting events, likes to go things and wants to bring your dog with you, that should be in the beginning process of the dog training. It shouldn't be at the end like, hey, I want to build up to that or something like that. It should be, you know, let's get going again and try, you know, get going again. So what you want to do is when you meet with your trainers, or if you're going to do it yourself, that's absolutely fine. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get yourself a book. And that book I would like to call is your dog's journal. So we would have, Bella's journal. And in that journal, the first page should be what you want from your dog. Like, what do you expect your dog to be? Not today, but in 5 years. So you want to write your dog's objectives down and start doing this. Now, you can also do this kind of stuff in your own life as well for any of those things. But you can, more importantly, you look at this with your dog and you say, hey, my first objective with my dog is that I want to be able to take my dog with me camping. Well, if you're going to go camping and now you have to look at it, what are your challenges of camping? There's going to be other dogs. There's going to be kids running around on bicycle or playing on bicycles, right? Running around, doing different things that you want to be prepared for. So now so that's your first objective. Next objective might be, I want to take my dog down to the ballpark or go here, go there. Those are big things that you want to look at. I want a service dog. I want a therapy dog. I just want my dog to do agility. I want to be athletic and I want my dog to be with me. I drive a Jeep Wrangler, so I don't want my dog to jump out of the car. These are things that should be noted when you start your training. And again, you just write your objectives down, or you could just sit there and call them the I wants is a good way of doing it as well. You know, I want this, I want this, I want this. Well, the I wants turn to I haves if you know what they are and you can develop that plan. So when you start that plan out, and that's the way you're going to be going, what you are going to be looking at when you meet with your trainer or you set up your programs, it's going to be, okay, so we're going to set your dog up for off-leash obedience, and we have to train around distractions. So when we start doing the sit, down, come, distraction training, all that kind of stuff, we might as well start right from the beginning. Start getting your dog socialized around the bicycle. Start getting your dog socialized around kids, reaction stuff, speed things, getting more control, boundary training. So it's about developing all those kinds of stuff. And like I said, you can also use this stuff in your own life and things like that for different stuff that you want to do by setting up those objectives. So doing your objectives is going to be that clear, precise thing to get that next course of training done. So guys, if you have anything you want to add into it or any challenges that you might be facing with your dog so we can help you set up some objectives to get the right thing, again, give us a call here at 410-583-1057. Again, 410-583-1057. Just give us a call and we can continue on with the challenges and objectives. Now, a couple of dogs that we come across recently, a couple of them have been a little rough around the edges, if that says. So we do a lot of behavior modification, or I like to call it rehabilitation, because some of these dogs are a little far gone where the owners, let's say they're just at their last string. They love the dog so much, they just don't know what to do. And the first thing we do is we set them up with the objectives. The first question I always ask them is, what do you want at the end? You know, not what you want now, what do you want at the end? And when we start doing that, we figure out the process, and we get there very, very quickly, because now we're not focusing on silly commands as, down, roll over and stuff like that. We're focused on, hey, we got to get this dog to, not react to the little kid running across the street, the bicycle that's right next to him. We have to teach that control for off leash. We need to build that kind of stuff up, and that's the kind of thing that you want to look at. So building those kinds of things. Now, when you get into challenges, so when you're in that training mode, what I also found is that when we start doing good, we tend to do it too long. And when we start doing it too long is when we start to fail. So training needs to be short, sweet, happy, fast, energetic. So we were teaching classes yesterday, and we were having a great time. And a couple of people said, "Hey, Mike, should I do this for 45 minutes a day?" And I said, "No, training is all day." And they looked at me like I had three heads, and they were like, "I don't understand. How do you mean you train all day?" Well, when we train, we live, and when we live, we train. Every bit of your day around your dog is training. Every bit of your day around anybody is training. You're teaching how you want people to react around you by giving certain reactions and rewards. If you do A and they give you a bad reaction, then A is going to, you're not going to want to do A anymore. If you do B and then B gives a good reaction, they're going to want to continue doing B. So when you're around your dog, for example, and you want your dog to be cool, calm, and collective when people are around and stuff, well, if your dog's laying there hanging out, you want to A, give the dog a treat, say good boy, good girl. You want to reward the dog for being cool, calm, and collective. But in the irony of it, because our objectives are typically off because we don't have them written down and we don't have them focused to, hey, I want my objective not to jump on people when they come in the house, not bolt out the door, so on and so forth. Well, we need to know that when the dog doesn't do those things, that's when we need to be paying a lot of attention to the dog. Where in most parts, when we turn around, we give the dogs tons of attention when they jump on the stranger. So when our dog, we answered the door and we asked for Joe to come in, and suddenly here comes Bella, and Bella just jumps right up on Joe. Now we're saying, get down, get off. Oh, man. Oh, and we correct. Well, the thing is, your dog doesn't speak the English language. Your dog doesn't know what they're doing is wrong. What your dog knows that when they jump up on Joe pushed them off or petted them or grabbed their paws and placed them on the ground, which is essentially giving the dog some attention and affection and is rewarding the dog for that behavior. And on the other hand, at the same time, simultaneous this action is occurring, here you are correcting the dog and saying what you're doing is wrong. So now what happens is the value game occurs. So the dog says, Stranger Joe is loving and attentive because Joe's actually picking on you. Joe's like, hey, can you get your dog off me? Hey, and then you're feeling all embarrassed and under control. And now you start getting even more frustrated and stressed out over your dog, that it just becomes a bad situation. Now, if you take the time to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to show a greet at the door, and you show the dog the loss of the fear of loss at the door by opening and closing the door until the dog gives you the wanted behavior, and inviting in your guest and showing the dog how to get rewarded by you and the stranger simultaneously, then the dog will never do the bad behavior. But if the objective wasn't written down, if the objective wasn't there, now this becomes a real challenge, and you're going to be very frustrated and angry. Now, everyone says, well, Mike, how often should I practice the door? Well, you should be practicing the door every time you go near the door. If you're going to the front door to go outside to check your mail, you're going outside to go to your car, you're leaving, you're coming home, you should be doing the drill over and over and over again, which means you're training while you're living. So when you think about it, training is reality, reality is training. They shouldn't be separated. I always say it's game time, not practice, because every second you do something the way you want it to be done for success. So in my opinion, there's no such thing as practice. It is always counting. So if you're going to go out there and you're going to do it and you're going to do it right, you got to get out there and you got to do it and you got to do it right. You can't sit there and not care because you're in practice time, because practice time creates game time. So you always have to have that mindset that it's always game time. And with your dog, it's going to be that same basic principles. If you can't let the dog cheat here and expect them not to do it over here. So if you're going to come in the door and you're going to let the dog run out the door, and you're not going to take the time to correct it, not give the dog the extra 5 minutes he or she needs to get the position right, to get the action that you are looking for right, to give the reward, you're going to constantly be training the dog to do the bad behavior. And then what happens? You get more and more frustrated, and an objective becomes a challenge. And when that challenge becomes there, that challenge becomes more and more difficult for you to get the task at hand completed. If you guys have any stories you want to add to this or anything like that, again, you can bring us in. Give us a call here at 410-583-1057. You can also send me a message through Facebook at Michael J. Solar Dog Talk or at Blue Line Canine Dog Training. And you can check out some of our training packages and programs or ask for some fun activity and tips. All right, so we're going to keep going with this. And like I said, we're going to talk about facing those challenges. So in this case, we're still talking about jumping. And one of the things that we look at with this, so let's say the challenge is, hey, my dog is running and jumping out the door, jumping on people when they come in the door. And how are we going to fix it? All right. So our objective is I don't want the dog to run out the door. Objective number 2 is I don't want them to jump on my guest. So goal is going to be to have control of my dog in this environment. Well, the first thing we're going to do is what I like to call is name recognition drill. And a name recognition drill is a real simple and fun drill that what we do is we say the dog's name when they're not paying attention. And now we don't repeat the name 10 times. We're not going to say, hey, Bella, 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 because the dog's name is not Bella. The dog's name is Bella. Simple as that. It's one time. And what we want to do from there is once the dog gives us an inkling of paying attention, an ear twist or something like that, in the Blue Line Canine, we use the word yes. And one of the reasons why we use the word yes is because it has an emotional connection to it. Matter of fact, if you think about yourself every day of the week and somebody asks you to do something, you are very hesitant to using the word yes because that word is so valuable that you are literally waiting, not holding it back. So that's the shame of it, but it's there. So when you think about that word, you want to be a little bit more spacious with it. You want to give it out, be more gracious with it because it has nothing but positive meaning to it. So here we are on a sports channel, and I'm going to give you an example of why this word is so powerful is every time something good happens in a game, yes comes out of your mouth. Yeah, good boy. It's all this positive energy, high drive, high everything. And yes, good boy is going to be that key here for the dog. So when we think about that word yes and why it's so powerful, it's going to literally draw your dog right to you. Your dog's going to feel all that positive emotion coming out of you, and he or she's going to just run over to you. And that's when you can either A, if the puppy's under 9 months, I suggest dropping a treat to the bottom of your feet. So as the dog's eating the treat off the floor, you get to pet the dog. So you're now taking the dog and conditioning the dog that when he or she hears their name, they come running back. And when they come running back to you, there's going to be a magic trick of treats coming from the floor. And mom or dad is going to sit there and pet the dog. Now the dog's sitting there going, oh my God, this is great. I hear my name. I run back to them and boom, I'm getting all this positive attention. This is fantastic. I love doing this. Now what happens is their name becomes a 4-point drill. And you're like, well, what do you mean 4-point drill, Mike? Well, it's simple. It becomes a correction, a direction, a focus, and a recall. So instead of adding no, all this useless stuff into your dog's world that actually lowers your value by sitting there and creating a correction, we want to focus on the direction. And that's the key to the whole thing, is creating a direction. So think about it as we sit here and we take our kids, for example. If you're not a parent, you haven't experienced this yet. But as a parent, I've got to experience a couple of different times. And as a police officer and things like that, I see it all the time where people are very quick to react to their name. And they don't even know why they're quick to react to their name. So as a parent, I discovered that in the first year of my son's life, both of them, we said their name. And of course, now they're a baby. They can't really do anything. They're stuck there. They don't run around yet or anything like that. So we would say their name and we'd be, Hunter, hi, it's Daddy. And we have this nice high-pitched voice, and it's always pleasantry, right? So then, and that's a year-long process before they start walking and crawling and sort of start becoming where we have to, correct them or something like that, utilizing their name. And even to this day now, my other son, he's 8 years old, so I'd sit there and say, Travis, and over suddenly what, Dad? And whatever he was doing wrong, hey, whatever you're doing, I need you to knock it off. Boom. Problem solved, right? If he was doing something good, Travis, yeah, buddy, keep going. So now Travis just becomes a focus command, but more importantly, it stops the action. So now we bring that into our dog's world, right? And we take the time to teach our dogs their name, and we really take the time to teach our dogs the name by doing this drill multiple times throughout the day. Now, again, it's not a 45-minute drill. This is an all-day drill. So anytime your dog's in a different room, not paying attention to you, you do the drill. And it's really simple. So Bella looks, yes, good girl. And she comes running over. Boom, treat hits the floor. You pet Bella. Now you're creating a condition. Now you're teaching a recall. You're teaching a focus. You're teaching a correction, and you're teaching a direction. What do you mean a correction? Well, she hasn't technically done anything wrong at this point in time. You're right. That's absolutely correct in what you just said about that correction. But more importantly, let's just say she is about to do something wrong. Let's say she's chewing on your furniture. Let's say she's about to tinkle in your living room. And instead of you saying, no, because I don't know any dog that's named No. Honestly, I don't. But most dogs, I believe they think their name is No. What we do is we simply say, Bella, And Bella would immediately remember all that training you just did, that lifetime training, that practice game time mentality, right? Because you've always doing it throughout the day. And she's going to go, oh, I got to run to dad. And dad's going to run. And she's going to run over. She's going to get petted. And then she's going to get brought outside to go ahead and tinkle and get her reward again. So it's nothing but positive energy coming in there. And all we're utilizing is the dog's name. So we're utilizing something really good here. So we're going to be going to a commercial break. And again, when we come back, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, feel free to give us a call at 410-583-1057. You can also check us out at Michael J. Solar Dog Talk or Blue Line Canine Dog Training on Facebook.
Blue Line Canine Dog Training can provide solutions to your dog's more challenging issues. They can help with dogs who are afraid to be home alone, aggressive dogs, dogs with thunderphobia, and excessively fearful dogs. Call them at 1-800-266-2365 or check them out at blk9.com for the current group class schedules and to book your appointment. That's blk9.com. Blue Line Canine. They believe in the power of yes.
Every Memorial Day, we look forward to an extra day off work, barbecues, and the beginning of summer. But this year, it's time for something big. The Sears Memorial Day event. Save big on all of the top 10 appliance brands. Save up to 40% on Kenmore and other top brand appliances. Plus, receive unmatched expert advice and free delivery on all appliances over $3.99 when you use your Sears card. Hurry into Sears this Memorial Day weekend to save. It's time for savings. It's time for Sears. Savings range 5% to 40%. Offers valid 5/18 to 6/4. Exclusions apply. See store for details.
A night out never felt so good. A happy hour never came together so good. A big game never thrilled so good. Tilted Kilt, a cold beer, never looked so good. During Baltimore baseball games, 24 tap handles to choose from and 100 Oz beer towers available starting at just $19. Happy hour daily at 3 p.m., now extended to 7 p.m. with half-price appetizers and taps. American pub fare with a Celtic twist only at the Tilted Kilt on the Avenue at Whitemarsh.
For over 80 years, Navy Federal Credit Union members have been sharing stories about their experience with their friends and families. Stories like Mike's.
Being a young Marine, first time going overseas to Okinawa, Japan, Navy Federal helped me get established with my finances, balancing a checkbook. Back then, we still had checkbooks. Basically, how to manage your money. Being a young Marine, you already get a real sense of pride. So just being able to achieve having a financial stability that you get from Navy Federal, you kind of like throw your shoulders back a little bit further, stick your chest out a little bit further. When I'm talking to friends and family about joining Navy Federal, I kind of talk to them like, why aren't you using it? It's like, you should already do this. It's like breathing. Nobody tells you to breathe. You should already know that.
Helping members like Mike is one reason Forrester Research ranked Navy Federal Credit Union #1 in customer experience for full-service banking. To see if you're eligible to join America's largest credit union, visit NavyFederal.org today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. Member compensated for his time. #1 ranking from Forrester's Customer Experience Index 2016.
From gardening and lawn care to outdoor living, Homestead Gardens is ready to help you find just what you need to get your yard and garden ready for the season. Whether it's choosing the right plant for your garden or furniture for the patio, turn to Homestead for success. Grilling season is so close, we can almost taste it. Visit Homestead for Weber's, Big Green Eggs, and more. Have a passion for great food and whiskey? Check out the new Jack Daniel's Edition Primo Grill. Homestead Gardens, Davidsonville and Severna Park.
Do you have a passion for cars or just love to clean? Well, listen up. Diamond Dealer Services is now hiring managers and detailers for the following areas: Baltimore County, Harford County, Montgomery County, and the surrounding areas. Join the fastest growing professional auto detailing company in the tri-state area. Diamond Dealer Services provides training with great pay and benefits. Must be drug-free with a valid driver's license. Apply online at careerswithdiamond.com. That's careerswithdiamond.com, or call their employment line at 410-559-6311. Call now.
Jeremy Conn here to tell you about MyPillow, and right now they got a great deal going on. They've actually increased it. You're going to get 50% off 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows with my promo code CONN. That promo code CONN. Check it out. Go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener special, or call 1-800-951-5727 and make sure you use promo code CONN. MyPillow works. If you care about getting a good night's sleep, you need to get one. And again, now's the perfect time. They're so sure you're going to be satisfied. They're giving you a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you're having issues sleeping at night, you're tossing and turning, you're like me, I got a bad back, I got to sleep a certain way, or even sometimes falling asleep at night, you're having trouble with that, get a MyPillow. It's the softest pillow on the market. You're going to sleep better. With over 25 million pillows sold, you can join the growing list of people who are sleeping better, including me, by trying out MyPillow with the limited time offer. So again, the 60-day money-back guarantee and the 10-year warranty. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, or call 1-800-951-5727, and make sure you don't lose another night of good sleep.
Window sale sounds good, but the biggest window sale of the year sounds better. Thompson Creek Window Company's taking 25% off every window during the biggest sale of the year for a limited time. This is Scott Garceau, and here's what you need to know. Design, build, and install, Thompson Creek is the one company that does it all. There's no better time to buy windows for your home. Call 855-57-CREEK right now to take advantage of the lowest prices of the year.
Home sweet home, sweet Thompson Creek.
Welcome back to Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar, your go-to guy for everything dog. Heard every Sunday morning from 7 to 8, providing valuable insights that you will want to take note of. Once again, here's Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar on 105.7 The Fan.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back on this beautiful Sunday morning. Again, guys, this is going to be a great show. I'd really like some interaction from you guys. That way we can make sure we're actually out there helping everybody and giving them the helpful tips that they need for their pets and dogs out there. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 410-583-1057, 410-583-1057. You can also check us out on Facebook at Michael J. Solar Dog Talk, Blue Line Canine Dog Training. Hey, on this second segment here that we're going to be going into is, with the springtime and summer right around the corner, I don't know about you guys, but we've been finding a lot of ticks. I spend a lot of time outside with my dogs, and ticks are a major, major thing, right? We also have fleas, a big problem for all of us dog owners, and we always try to figure out little remedies to get rid of these dogs. Now, of course, there's always that store-bought product, right? Canine Advantix and so on and so forth that's out there that we can try, but I don't know about you guys, but I actually had a dog that was completely allergic to it, and we couldn't use it. So I actually had to start reading articles and trying different things. And I plan on bringing a lot of those fun tips, and I've been researching them for a few years now. And one of the things that I came across was cedar chips and Downy dryer sheets. I know it sounds a little weird, sounds a little odd. Like, how would this even make any sense? Well, one of the practices that I started doing to get the bugs off my dogs is I use cedar chips. So I'd go over to a local farm store, such as Tractor Supply or something like that, and I'd get a bag full of cedar chips bedding. And what I would do is I would go ahead and I would put that into a pillowcase, and I would sew it shut. And that would be put where my dog sleeps. So I would make their dog bed out of the cedar chips. And a couple of things occur with that. So now my house smells really nice because I like the smell of cedar. So that's always a plus, right? The other thing that would occur is that their dog hair, they would actually start to have like a little bit of an aroma of the cedar. And what we found is that bugs do not like cedar. So a natural way, one of the natural ways out there to do it is to go ahead and do something just like that. It's to put the cedar chips into a pillowcase. That's what I do. And the dogs lay on the cedar chips, of course, through the pillowcase, so they're not like hanging off of them and dragging around the house. And then boom, they start to smell like cedar, and that keeps the bugs off of them, which is a fantastic and inexpensive way to help you do that. Now, of course, this is a home remedy. I can't tell you for a fact that it's going to work every single time. It has done really well. I have 3 dogs myself. I have 2 German Shepherds and a Belgian Malinois. So using that kind of material is very inexpensive. One bag does multiple pillowcases, and I was able to get all my dogs that way. And that's a really neat little thing that I've done to help me with the bugs. Now, so far, 5 years, five strong years, I'm not finding any ticks or fleas on the dogs. Now, hopefully I have to knock on some wood here to make sure it still doesn't occur. But it's one of those things that, again, home remedies out there, they do work. Now, if you have any tips yourself, again, give us a call here at the show at 410-583-1057. We're always interested in hearing some different things and trying out some neat little things that'll help out. Now, of course, there's those other remedies out there. So as I said earlier, you have the Downy dryer sheets. Now, somebody one time asked me, Mike, why does it have to be a Downy dryer sheet? I honestly don't know. The article that I read said Downy dryer sheets. So what I did was I took Downy dryer sheets for myself to try it out. And I put one in my hat and one in my pair of shoes there that I was wearing. on the training field. And at the time, on the training field, it's an open field, and I used to be covered with gnats. And I don't know if you guys ever been around a swarm of gnats, but they are really annoying. So, you spend a lot of money, on off and things like that, and it's typically just not the best. It doesn't really do much. You'll still get the mosquitoes and things like that. It's not always 100% working for you. Well, the day that I put the Downy dryer sheets in my shoe and my hat, none of them touched me. I mean, they were around me, but they would move away from me. They kept a good distance away from me, and it was a little neat remedy that I tried. So we have a caller. It's going to be Nick from Baltimore. I'm not sure if he's ready. All right. Well, we're going to keep talking about the gnats here real quick until he's ready to get on the phone here. So it's going to be, what happened with the Downy dryer sheets, and I'm not really 100% sure on this. I'm still doing some research on it to find out how and why it works, but it was a neat thing. I actually recommended it to a couple of my neighbors that play sports such as baseball, right? And they said it works fantastically. Are we ready for Nick? Hey, Nick.
Hey, good morning. Great show.
Hey, thank you very much. So it looks like you have a couple of different ways to fight off fleas?
Yes, fleas and ticks. I was looking on YouTube and researching the book, and they say that Dalmatian's Earth, EE, is good for that because it's a fossil, like a little skeletal fossil that kills anything that has a skeletal body to it.
Okay.
But it has to be the full degradable type because the other one used for pools.
Okay.
And then they also say that you can actually put in like a little teaspoon in that food, and it helps deworm from the inside. Because like I said, the stuff itself under the microscope is a whole bunch of like little like crystals or whatever, and basically it basically dehydrates anything with a skeletal body to it. And there are several YouTube channels on that. And my only concern was it kind of dries them out a little bit because, like I said, it's the powder, but it seems to do a pretty good job. And like I said, there's a few stories on YouTube about it.
Right.
I'm wondering, have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard about the DE stuff. No. Matter of fact, I was getting ready this week, which is really exciting for me. I'm getting ready to speak to a holistic natural veterinarian and doctor and medical doctor, and they were going to be helping us out when writing an article about different natural remedies. Maybe they. So I'm definitely going to write that into my notes to bring it up to them if they don't mention it about the DE. It seems it does. I'm not against it trying anything, or at least after a decent amount of research. So this is not the pool filter stuff. It's a different type of DE?
Because there's two types of Dalmatian's Earth.
Okay.
There's full degradable, and then there's the pool side, pool usage. And a lot of farmers use it for like their little, for like their grains and stuff, because when it's mixed with it, it kills anything that has a skeleton to it. Fleas, bugs, ants, anything. And actually farmers put it on their plants too. It's like, and they sell it like Home Depot, garden stores, and like I said, there's a lot of research out there on it.
Awesome.
I was wondering, have you heard of it?
No, I have not, but I will definitely research into it. I mean, I always, just because I haven't heard of it doesn't mean it ain't out there. You know what I mean? And now I am hearing about it, so now I get to get into those things, and that's what's really cool about this show is what I want is everybody to share their own personal things. It's neat to see how we all research different things. And with the DE that you're buying, you said you're buying at Home Depot or a local home improvement store?
Ace Hardware, Home Depot. You get like, I don't know, 10 pounds, like $7. I got mine off Amazon.
Okay.
But it has to be the full degradable.
Okay, and are you getting it? I guess this is it's the full degradable DE. You can get it at the homeware, like basically a garden store, really, anywhere they're having the garden stuff, and it's it's really non-hazardous. Does it have anything about like? So the other thing that we're about to talk about, and maybe you can before we let you go here, is they talk about how to get rid of the fleas and ticks in the yard. So if you're not necessarily just giving it to your dog, but could you spray it in the yard to help get rid of the bugs as well?
So there's so ways you can do it. You can take, like the gallon sprayers. Use 1 pound per gallon of water, pump it up and spray it.
Okay.
And as it dries, you'll see you'll know it's there because you'll see like a white film onto it.
Okay.
And then as the bugs crawl to it, it'll kill them because, like I said, once it cuts the insides, and then they dehydrate and die.
Wow.
And it's even great for human uses as well. And some veterinarians have used it, have suggested it for deworming, and so like I said, because it is food degradable.
Okay. Now, have you talked to your vet about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your vet was okay and good to go. They made a good recommendation.
One thing they say you have to make sure you cover the dog or the dog's or cat's mouth, because the dust, even as you apply, because dust in a sprayed mouth can cause some damage to you, but nothing serious. But,
okay.
Because you're rubbing, if you remember, I don't know how old you are, but back in the day, flea and tick powder used to be in a powder form.
Yes.
Hertz used to have it in powder form.
Yeah.
So it's the same concept, basically. And you rub it into that fur, and then once it's in that fur, it's in that fur until it gets wet.
Okay, so you're applying the DE onto their coats as well, then.
Yes, yeah. You
okay.
You treat your whole lawn, your house, your bushes, your plants, because like I said, it protects from any aphids, any bug that fights or crawl on plants and stuff.
Okay.
And like I said, it kind of like I said, I think Hertz used to make it, not powder form.
Okay.
And once you dust them, once you dust your child, your dog.
Hey, they're children to a lot of people, including myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And it helps them that way until, like I said, until they get wet. And you can't douse to a point where they change their color. But once you rub it in real good, and actually, the dogs actually love it because you're rubbing them and you're helping them at the same time.
Okay.
And it's like I said, it's very inexpensive and it works.
Yeah, it sounds like a great little product.
You can even base your house around it with it, because anything that crosses it's going to dry them out.
Okay, so I'm gonna write here. So you remember how I don't know if you got in the beginning of the show where we talked about challenges and objectives. So I'm gonna make an objective this week for myself is to go ahead and research a lot more of this and get a lot more detail on it, and see if we can find some veterinarians that would back it or give us a point of view on it. Because it sounds like it's a really good alternative than the the chemical stuff that's out there. It sounds
right,
like
and that was one of the reasons why I researched, because I was concerned about. I have a year-old shorty, and you hear so many different brands out here that you don't know what's what. A lot of them have allergies to the topical stuff.
Yeah,
and so that's what really got me encouraged to it. And then I said it has so many different uses. The Dominatricious Earth, that it's a great product.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a great product. I don't know if you ever had a bad experience with the chemical stuff like I did. I actually almost killed my dog by accident giving them one of the flea and tick stuff that you put in her back. Mm-hmm. I don't want to name any brands because but it's one of those things where we found out that there was a thing that's inside of it. They have different chemicals that are made up, but that's what makes the different brands, stronger or weaker, vice versa. And that's
and all that stuff.
Yeah, and if you don't really know what those words mean, it's really difficult to figure out your, what's good or bad. And the downside is you can't always ask your dog, "Hey, are you allergic to shellfish?" I'm sure the dog's not going to tell you. You have to find out. So I don't know if this ever happened to you, but I actually put it on my dog, and I noticed immediately, like his hair started popping out, and then I started seeing all these hives all over his body.
Hot spots or hives?
Hives, like little, they look like real, like crusty little rashes, right? And they literally started coming within an hour, right? So then I contacted my vet, and my vet gave me an awesome tip. And the reason why I bring this story up is because I want to let people know that if you do come across something where your dog is having an allergic reaction, Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. You can buy it at the local dollar store. It's out, and you're like, "Whoa, tear-free baby shampoo." So the vet said to go ahead, get baby shampoo, and give your dog a nice, bath in the Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. And I was like, why that, not a dog shampoo or something like that? And what she told me was that the Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo is like Dawn. You know how you Dawn soap?
Dawn, yep.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It gets everything off the dog, and because of the fact that it's tear-free, it won't hurt them in any which way. So if it does get in their ears, their eyes, or any of those kinds of things, there's no way. It's literally taking everything off of them. And I would tell you about 4 hours after the bath, boom, it was good to go. So it was a neat little thing like that. So, hey, Nick, I want to thank you for your time, man. And I hope you continue to listen to the show. It's going to be on every Sunday. All right. You have a great day, man. All right. We have Cliff from Federal Hill. All right, Cliff. Hey, Cliff, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna talk to you on the way on our next segment here.
Looking for a great relationship between you and your dog? Want to control your dog under any distraction while maintaining that happy puppy personality? Blue Line Canine Dog Training and Rehabilitation has 10 years of service that guarantees results with effective dog training made fun and easy. Customized packages to the needs of their clients, such as puppy training, off-leash obedience, behavior rehabilitation, and much more. Blue Line Canine Dog Training and Rehabilitation offers group classes at a public location or private home training. If you can't make it to them, they can make it to you. Call them at 1-800-266-2365 or check them out online at blk9.com for the current group class schedules and to book your appointment. That's blk9.com. Blue Line Canine. They believe in the power of yes.
Spring is here, and we're guessing your grilling game could use a little upgrading. Glendon Gardens has all of the top brands in outdoor cooking to turn you into a cookout master. Not sure what system is best for you? Talk to Glendon Gardens grilling expert about their Big Green Egg, Traeger pellet wood fire grill, and Sabre gas grills. They have a huge variety of cooking accessories and seasonings. Don't forget the rest of their outdoor area. Glendon Gardens is your one-stop shop for shrubs, trees, flowers, outdoor entertainment, and lawn accessories. Visit Glendon Gardens today to get your home spring and summer ready.
Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot mean you can really clean up. Save up to 40% on appliance special buys, like a Samsung high-efficiency top-load washer and steam electric dryer with platinum finish, just $648 each. You save over $500 on the pair. And just like that, Laundry Day got a whole lot better. Nobody beats our prices, guaranteed. With Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through June 7th, U.S. only while supplies last. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
Sometimes people can be so cruel. You may have heard the fat jokes, and you go home and you look at yourself and you really start doubting yourself. I know it's not a comfortable situation. I say that because I've been there, people that I haven't seen in years, they would see me a couple of years ago and say, man, you've gained a lot of weight, not knowing what it did to me emotionally. But instead of getting angry with them, I did something about it myself. I called Medifast Weight Control Centers after trying so many other diets, and they never said the word diet to me. They always talked to me about changing my eating habits, changing my lifestyle. You can jumpstart your summer right now and lose your first 10 pounds free at Medifast Weight Control Centers. You won't believe how fast you can lose the weight, and then the pounds will just keep coming off and you'll look great this summer. Get your first 10 pounds free with Medifast Weight Control Centers. It's safe. Over 20,000 doctors have approved this since 1980, including my doctor. Medifast Weight Control Centers has made a change in my life, and they can do the same for yours. Get started today with loseweightwithrob.com.
Jeremy Kahn here to tell you about my favorite place, the legendary Casas Inn. Spring is here. Crab cakes are fresh and flying off the shelf, so try one of Casas Inn famous crab cakes or send crab cakes anywhere across the country. Not to mention the Casas Inn's been featured on the Today Show 8 times and on the Food Network. Don't forget their weekly specials: Monday's crab cakes, Tuesday ribs, Wednesday steak night, plus half-price bottles of wine and jazz, Thursday lobster, and Friday and Saturday you can enjoy classic rock and, of course, happy hour specials Monday through Friday. Casas Inn, 4100 North Point Boulevard. Make sure you taste the Baltimore tradition.
This is Rob Long. People ask me all the time, Rob, you're always telling me to go to King Dodge and KingDodge.net. Why? Because, listen, you need a vehicle. You're going to spend the money. What you want is customer satisfaction and customer care. Mike Baldwin and company and the staff over there, they take good care of you. They even do it before you step in the shop by going to KingDodge.net, saving you time. Go to your smartphone, your PC, your tablet, and look at the inventory, everything that they have in stock. And if they don't have it in stock, they'll get it for you. Why? Because you're the customer, and they care about you and your car buying experience. KingDodge.net will take you step by step through that experience. And then you head out there to 3707 Northville Road in Jarrettsville. You know where it is, on the corners of Route 23 and 165. They've been there for years, taking care of customers. SUV, pickup truck, even minivans. Minivans are cool. Tell them Rob Long sent you. So what does that get me, Rob? A year free maintenance, oil change, rotate your tires, check your fluids, start your online car shopping at KingDodge.net, and then head on out there to 3707 Northville Road in Jarrettsville. King Dodge is the place to go. Car shopping.
This is a Rita's Daybreak with a reminder to put the multitasking and to-dos on hold and celebrate something. The look on your dog's face when he sneezes, superhero pajamas. If it makes you smile, celebrate at Rita's. So many flavors made fresh with real fruit. Can't decide? There's Rita's Ice Flights. Choose 4 flavors of Italian ice, side by side in one package. Get out there and freeze today. This has been a Rita's Daybreak.
Making your life with your best friend the best it can be. This is Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar. Heard every Sunday morning from 7 to 8. He's got the insights for all your dog needs. Now, here's Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar on 105.7 The Fan.
Hey, Cliff, thanks for waiting.
Oh, thank you for taking my call. I think it's great that you're starting to research all this holistic, and I'm such a big believer in that, all these harsh chemicals. What do you think? First of all, please tell me where we can, all this research you're doing and these blogs you're going to be writing, where can I, follow that and support you and read up on that? And second of all, whenever that's frontline, I mean, it smells so toxic. Even when it gets in your hands, it almost feels like gasoline or oil. It's so disgusting. What's your best non-chemical, non-harsh, kind of holistic way to treat flea and ticks? And I wanted to also let you know, in the Southwest, there are no flea and ticks. All the vets out there, they don't even sell any of that. I don't want to mention any brand names, but I don't know what is it about the environment. Maybe it's too hot or too dry or too arid, but there's no fleas and ticks in the Southwest of this country. Maybe it's a reason to live there. But,
well, I've always myself wanted to move down south. We actually, quick story on the South, man, is I had a dog that a client that hired me to go down to Alabama and train her dog. And that's when it all turned around for me, man. Honestly, she's a doctor, and she had me down there. And while I was down there training her dog, she wound up teaching me so much about natural medicine and things like that. And it was, she treats her dog, completely that way. And her daughter actually became a veterinarian, and she does the same thing. Now she's located out in Texas. Her daughter is. And my wife is actually down there right now interviewing her and being treated herself. So we go down there ourselves every year to get treated. And then we talk to her daughter and we talk to other holistic vets about different stuff. So the research is being done by different interviews and veterinarians that we're just going around and talking to and trying to see those stuff. As for following it, right now we don't have a blog set up. I'm still in the process of doing this kind of stuff. Computer technology is not my forte. I'm a dog guy, so I like to be outdoors and working with my pets. So we are developing a team that's going to get out there. So right now, if you want to get the information, you could follow me on my Facebook page, which is Michael J. Solar Dog Talk.
Okay.
All right. And Blue Line Canine Dog Training. So what we plan on doing is every time we get new information is getting it out there to everybody as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And of course, bringing it back up randomly throughout this show here. We're hoping this show creates such an awareness and interaction. Like, I want the show to be all about creating a relationship between everybody. There's so many dog people that come from different cultures and different walks of life that I think we can all get together and, do it together. There's no wrong training. There's no wrong this. There's no wrong that. There's just different views. So I'm trying to use this show to sort of get everybody on that page. Now, getting into the holistic flea stuff, for me, like I said earlier, I don't know if you caught it, but I use cedar chips. It's nothing that actually has to be put on the dog or applied to the dog in any which way. I go to Walmart and I buy a thing of pillowcases, and I fill the pillowcases full of cedar chips.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't know if that was your sole treatment for fleas and ticks,
pretty
or
much.
If you use that in addition to. That's all you do, really?
Yeah,
wow.
It's all I do. So I have. So what I do is I have their crates. Right now, all my dogs sleep in crates. Most of them are protection dogs, so I don't let them have free reign at night when I'm sleeping, just because of the liability thing, right? So their crates have the pillowcases in them. So their crates will smell like cedar. They'll smell like cedar, and that's it. And honestly, for the past 3 to 5 years, I want to say it was 5 years ago when I started doing it. I haven't had a tick. Now on myself, I found them, but not on my dogs.
Wow.
So, because I'm still an active police canine handler, and I do tracks through the woods once a week, if that. And I'll come back and be removing them off of me, and I go to check my dog, and there's not a one.
Wow.
It's amazing. So then I started, my wife actually went out and got little, I guess from Michael's or something like that, like little like pouches. And we put the cedar chips in my police car as well. So it helps keep the bugs and stuff like that out of the environments and things. And then we're trying to look for, we've been researching stuff for the house, like how can we treat our property? Because my wife is a cancer survivor, so she's very, very against any type of chemical, especially being thrown where the dogs and kids are going to be playing and stuff. So we've been looking up some natural remedies, and it looks like, the DE, so I can't wait to research that, because it sounds like that's a great way of, at least creating a barrier around the property. So I can't wait to do that. But this week coming up, I actually have 2 interviews set up for 2 different veterinarians to discuss different flea and tick stuff. So I'm hoping today, people can make some recommendations so I can ask them about it and see if there's any real research done about it. I know the one veterinarian was telling me about some, like, I think it's called essential oils, where a certain mixture of the essential oils will actually be treated. You can put that on the dog's coat and it'll help get rid of them. But for me so far, I just used the cedar chips, man, and it's worked wonderfully. I haven't had a tick on my dog or even a flea since I started doing it.
Fantastic. And I'd also like to second, I think it could help your viewers and your followers. You see all these organic dog oatmeal shampoos and all of this. I used to take my dog swimming a lot, and I would just use Johnson's baby shampoo.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it gets in their eyes, and it's so soft and it's so non-toxic. Almost every day, you can over clean a dog, but the frequency, and it doesn't matter if it gets in their eyes, it's not that expensive at all.
Yeah, that's what we said it earlier. I don't know if you heard me say that about, it's fantastic stuff. It's the only stuff I use for my dogs, for any bath, anything. I will never use anything else. It's ever since I learned that it takes everything off of them. Matter of fact, give you a quick tip, since you take your dog swimming a lot and things like that, you really don't want to overbathe your dog. I'm sure you even said that you can overbathe them. So
hard though,
Yeah. So here, I'm going to give you a quick remedy. So with my dog, so we do tracking and things like that. So we're constantly getting dirty, right? There is this stuff called a waterless bath, right? So it's a neat little thing that you can go out into a pet store, and it's basically it's water. It's a spray bottle that has a little bit of a shampoo that you can just spray on them and wipe them off, right? Well, I can't sit here and say that I'm all about it, because again, I don't really know what's in it, and I'm not going to research everything that's written on the back of the bottle. So what I did was I took the Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo, and I have a 1-to-9 ratio. So 1 part shampoo to 9 parts water. Okay. And I have like a little, like a Windex bottle, spray bottle in the back of my cars. So, and I have a jug of it. So a 1-gallon jug of it as well in the car. And right before I spray them, like if they get dirty, or if they're like, if we go through something that's really dry or something like that, just in case of, dander, especially like right now, with all the pollen in the air, my dogs are not allowed in the house until I spray them. So I spray them down, and then with a chamois cloth, I just wipe them off to get that layer of dust and crud off of them, and boom, they're back in the house, and nobody has to deal with all the allergies.
What a fantastic idea. I used to have that for my motorcycle. It was a waterless cleanser. It was just basically diluted, regular, kind of a spray bottle. You can just kind of clean your motorcycle real quick without, fully, water down the whole thing, and that makes a lot of sense. Boy, that's fantastic. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, because you just like your motorcycle, you have that quick layer. You really just want to get that top thing off. You're not trying to scrub it down. And with your dog, it's the same idea. They have the exterior coat that's essentially shielding them from all the stuff. The downside is for us is that we're going to pet that exterior coat, so they're okay, we're not. By taking that stuff off of them, now we can keep loving our dogs and keep enjoying the time without having to deal with allergies and pollen and all that stuff getting trampled into the house. And you can use it endlessly because you're not soaking their body. You're not messing up their undercoat.
Fantastic. Boy, I think you're doing such a great service helping people with their dogs. What is your Facebook page? What is the address? Or just do a search by your name? Or what's the easiest way to find your Facebook?
So if you go on to Facebook and you literally type Michael J, so Michael, the letter J, Solar, SOLER, Dog Talk, it'll pop right up on that one. And you'll actually see the banner right at the top for the show. And you can also check out my company, which is Blue Line K9 Dog Training. So the letter K, number 9, Dog Training. You can also check us out on the web, which is bluelinek-9.com or blk9.com.
Fantastic. I know some people I'm going to definitely refer to you that might need some help with their dogs. Thank you for what you do.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Have a great day.
You too, bro.
All right. Hey, guys, thank you for checking us out, and hope you all have a great day, and look forward to next week and sharing some more wealth of knowledge with you guys, and hopefully you guys can share some with me. Again, you can check me out at Michael J. Solar Dog Talk or Blue Line K9 Dog Training on Facebook, and you can check us out on the line at bluelinek-9.com. You have a great one. Enjoy the game later.
ATC Pest Control is a full-service pest control company. Join them on 105.7 The Fan every Sunday morning from 8 to 9 for What's Bugging You and take back your home against all unwanted pests.
Rocky is 4 months old and learning new commands with Blue Line Canine Training and Rehabilitation.
Rocky, today we're teaching you your name.
Rocky? I'm a Chihuahua, but okay.
Rocky, next you will learn how to come.
Here I am.
Rocky, now wait at the door.
I'm here. Where we going?
Puppy and off-leash training programs customized to meet your needs with homework assignments for you and your dog.
What? Homework?
Blue Line Canine Training and Rehabilitation. Visit blk9.com.
Every Memorial Day, we look forward to an extra day off work, barbecues, and the beginning of summer. But this year, it's time for something big. The Sears Memorial Day event. Save big on all of the top 10 appliance brands. Save up to 40% on Kenmore and other top brand appliances. Plus, receive unmatched expert advice and free delivery on all appliances over $3.99 when you use your Sears card. Hurry into Sears this Memorial Day weekend to save. It's time for savings. It's time for Sears. Savings range 5% to 40%. Offers valid 5/18 to 6/4. Exclusions apply. See store for details.
A night out never felt so good. A happy hour never came together so good. A big game never thrilled so good. Tilted Kilt, a cold beer, never looked so good. During Baltimore baseball games, 24 tap handles to choose from and 100 Oz beer towers available, starting at just $19. Happy hour daily at 3 p.m., now extended to 7 p.m. with half-price appetizers and taps. American Pub Fare with a Celtic twist, only at the Tilted Kilt on the Avenue at White Marsh.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
Yo, everybody get up! Everybody get up! Everybody needs to understand that I'm more than simply a hype man for this rap group, just like Geico is more than just a company that can save you money. Geico also has fast and friendly claim service, so they can help you when you need it most. And while I do love being a hype man, I also love reading for children's audiobooks. Like Little Bo Peep, she lost a sheep, and she don't know where to find them. Yo!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Is your house starting to feel hot and muggy, or is your home's AC on its last leg? Summer's not far away, so it's time to start thinking about getting your AC system in tip-top shape. For over a century, Farnan and Dermer, the comfort guys, have been keeping families like yours comfortable with their energy-efficient HVAC systems. Schedule a tune-up with Farnan and Dermer today for just $89, or purchase a new system with special financing available. Ask about our train systems. Farnan and Dermer's powerful train systems will keep you comfortable day and night, and they'll keep your utility bill in check. Take it from the comfort guys. It's hard to stop a train. So keep your family comfy no matter what the weather brings, and call the comfort guys today at 410-902-0020 or visit them online at comfortguyshvac.com. That's comfortguyshvac.com. Farnan and Dermer, Baltimore's most reliable air conditioning, heating, and plumbing service. They're the comfort guys, and they've been making your family's comfort their family's business since 1902. Subject to credit approval, contact Farnan and Dermer for details. Why make it easy for the bad guys? Unless you're looking for it, identity theft can go undetected for weeks, months, sometimes years. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime in America, and here's why you need Experian. They put the control right back in your hands. They give you the tools to defend yourself. With global dark web monitoring, they go where the bad guys are, trading and selling your personal information. They monitor over 600,000 illegal sites. Experian alerts you to changes in your credit and other suspicious activity. Credit Lock gives you the power to lock and unlock your Experian credit file instantly. They have dedicated U.S.-based fraud resolution agents to help you resolve any fraud issues that you may have. And my favorite thing, you get the same person every single time you call in. You even get their phone number and email address. You can protect yourself up to $1 million in theft insurance. So what are you waiting for? Check out Experian today. Protect your identity free for 30 days at Experian.com/protect. That's Experian.com/protect.
Do you have a passion for cars or just love to clean? Well, listen up. Diamond Dealer Services is now hiring managers and detailers for the following areas: Baltimore County, Harford County, Montgomery County, and the surrounding areas. Join the fastest growing professional auto detailing company in the tri-state area. Diamond Dealer Services provides training with great pay and benefits. Must be drug free with a valid driver's license. Apply online at careerswithdiamond.com. That's careerswithdiamond.com, or call their employment line at 410-559-6311. Call now.
Preceding was a paid program, and the views expressed on this show do not represent the views of WJZ-FM, CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
This is CBS Radio's WJZ-FM, HD1 Catonsville, Baltimore. Now broadcasting from the Fan Studios, built by Thompson Creek Window Company, the one window replacement company that does it all.